Now, Texas has sentenced a woman to prison time for illegally voting in the 2012 election. Now, this is interesting. And what is, of course, going to be hailed as evidence of massive voter fraud by non-citizens, a Tarrant County jury convicted 37-year-old Rosa Maria Ortega, a green card holder, on 2 felony charges of illegal voting for casting a ballot as a non-citizen in 2012 and 2014. Rosa Maria Ortega. Oh, we knew it. We knew it. Voter fraud. It's real. It's real. Oh, my God. Thank goodness for this crackdown. Boy, she must be one of those supposed 3 million people that voted illegally in the election, right? Well, no. Apparently, it seemed to have been a mistake. This is according to her attorney, Clark Birdsall. Now, he told the Washington Post, quote, she doesn't know she's got this green card that says resident on it, so she doesn't mark that she's a citizen, or that she doesn't mark that she's not a citizen. She had no ulterior motive behind what she thought mistakenly was her civic duty. Now, well, that's interesting. Now, however, Texas Attorney General Bill Paxton saw this decision and hailed it as a huge win against voter fraud. Quote, this case shows how serious Texas is about keeping its election secure. Any outcome sends a message that violators of the state's election law will be prosecuted to the fullest. He said, safeguarding the integrity of our elections is essential to preserving our democracy. So now, what exactly is going to happen to this woman? Well, she'll be getting 8 years in federal prison. Ooh, that's harsh, man. Now, her attorney said that Ortega, a single mother of 4 teenagers, was brought into the U.S. from Mexico as an infant, and now, because of this this federal crime, she will now be deported after her sentence. Again, she will be a convicted felon. So in the 8 years after she served her prison time, back to Mexico. So now, if you're thinking, good, she probably voted for Obama. Well, here comes the twisty twist. You ready for this? Ortega, who is a registered Republican, not only voted for Mitt Romney in 2014, but also voted for Paxton for Attorney General in a primary runoff in 2014. Oops. Now, I'm guessing she might be having a couple of regrets over that vote. 8 years in prison, man. Wow. And deportation. Look, elections have consequences, man. Now, look, the reason that I feel bad for her is she was brought here as an infant. She's got no life back in Mexico. No ties, no job, no home. And she thought, well, I've been living here for so long, I must be a citizen. I've got a green card. I'm here legally. And now when she goes back to Mexico, she'll literally be starting with nothing. Now, also, the article points to the fact that getting 8 years in prison for this, that is unusually harsh. Now, look, some people are saying that the Republicans are only doing this in order to make an example out of her, and essentially using her as as a way to justify Trump's claims of giant, massive voter fraud. Well, again, she didn't vote in 2016, and again, she is a Republican. Very interesting. Now, look, how come it seems to be Republicans that do voter fraud? Seems to happen a lot. But again, to be fair, I don't think she did it on purpose. Our voting system is purposely complex and keeps people out. She lived her entire life here and still wasn't a citizen, but was a resident. She was legal, but she wasn't exactly legal to vote. And now, because of that, because of the confusion, she gets to spend 8 years in prison and the rest of her life in a country that she has no idea. Now, I don't think that's wrong. I don't think that's right. Again, I feel bad for her, but then, conversely, you get what you vote for. And if you vote for draconian candidates, you're going to get draconian measures. Now, that's not to say that she shouldn't be punished at all. But prison, 8 years in prison, and deportation for that? Look, if it were up to me, I would still punish her. I would give her a fine. It was one vote. And ultimately, I don't think it mattered in the long run. Obviously, we didn't have 8 years of Mitt Romney. However, Bill Paxton did win. But again, I just think this is too harsh of a sentence, and we should pretty much roll it back, I think. But here's the whole situation here of what it boils down to is that you've got the Trump administration essentially using her with, of course, all the ironies of her being a Republican voter who made a mistake to try and disenfranchise millions of people by putting in more draconian voter ID laws and to prop up the ridiculous fallacy of massive coordinated voter fraud. And to me, that is absolutely incredibly disgusting, but something that we expect from Republicans. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.